Hi, everybody. Welcome to our 2025 Advent celebration. We are so excited to be here. Every day we're going to post out a new video to watch. But if you want to craft along with the exact templates and digital papers that are featured in our crafts for the next 24 days, you can grab our Advent celebration pack. You can find the link in the description below. All right, so let's get on to crafting.
Today's project is about making a few little reindeer to hang on the tree if you want. And these are made from clothespins, some ephemera, a few little bits and bobs for the noses, though can come from many different areas. And of course, the clothespins we are going to need in order to make this happen. So let's start by taking apart our clothespins. I have a couple of little decorative ones here we can work with. So all we're doing is we're taking the metal piece out. And we need to take it out of two because you need two for each one of these. So I have one set here. And then I want to take these ones apart as well. All right, the big thinking here is, of course, we want to go back to back with them. So we have these little bumpy pieces on this one. And I want to bring that together like this. We're going to have this as the nose type thing. So I do have to glue these together. I'm just using my standard white glue, but we will, set them together. Just back to back. I'm going to line up the noses here. Add a little extra glue in here, make sure it stays together. Okay, just gonna hold that together. I'll get the next one to go back to back this way. Yes. Very good, even that up. I'm going to clamp them together. I want to make sure that they line up. So we will be gluing them again. And I'm going to do the same thing with these. It's got these great little polka dots on them, but we don't need the polka dots. Make sure the pointy end goes to the pointy end. Line those up. There we go. And one more. Just going to have to let those dry a little bit. Now, while I have these drying together, we do need to put them together as well. So I am going to add my glue here. And of course, I want those to glue together at the bottom. This one we're just going to have to place together like this. Can't move them. And for this one, I'm actually going to take them apart early. They're smaller, probably easier to work with. And I'm going to add a little glue here. Actually, a lot of glue. I'm actually going to form our little, okay, to see if I'm going to grab a different clip. Get a nice wider clip here going. There we go. Now, while these are drying, what we want to do is come up with some decorations and different things that we can do. Now, I have, some pipe cleaners here that I can use, and I can make noses from things like this. I have pom-poms and different things. I always keep a box of different things that I can use. Now I'm getting crowded here. Let me just move these out of the way so we can take a look what's inside my little kit here. I gather these from the dollar store, and it's a lot of fun because I've got to open it. There we go. Inside here, I've got a lot of things. So I'm using reindeer, so I might use 2 of the noses from here. Now I've got different things I can use for eyes. I can use these little glue-on buttons that I have here, but I could use anything from within my kit here. So I'm thinking I would use some of these buttons, maybe some of the smaller white ones. Let's see what I've got for other colors here. Oh, I've got some green ones, and I think I will use buttons for the eyes in this case. Now there's other decor I can put on there. I've got, I can add stars, I can add little snowflakes, but I think what we'll do is we'll use a little bit of ephemera on it as well. Let me just close this up. Move my toolkit out of the way. So what we want to do is maybe make some ribbons and add a little decor to it. So I will use some things, but I don't like the way these turned out before. So we're still holding this thing together. And I think that'll work now. Let me just take these ones off. This did not stay together yet. It'll be close enough. We can still work on it without moving it too much. And this one seems to be apart as well. It is a matter of patience when it comes to these things drying, but we're going to work on them anyway. So let's start with the eyes. Now I'm going to put the smaller eyes right about here, and they're just going to be these little buttons. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to use one of these little noses here. So I'm just going to add this at the bottom. Use a nose down here as well. And I'm going to use the green buttons here for the eyes on this one. Now remember, you may see the white right now, but this glue will dry. Make sure we have him in place. That looks pretty good. Turn this one a little bit so they're a little straighter, so we get them nice and even. Now the other part of this is, of course, you want to add things to hang it up with. You want to add some ephemera. I had some things left over from one of our previous projects, from the bell project that we had. So I have some of these little ornaments that I can add up here. I like using leftover things because you don't always need to have new stuff as you're working through this. Now this one's pretty small, so I'm thinking this small little ribbon will work here. And I'm just going to put it, I guess I'm going to have to put it this way. There we go. Nice little bow there. Get some straight eyes. There we go. Now, for these other ones, what I did was used real ribbon. So I have these different ribbons that I've saved over the years, and I just gather my ribbon. So what we want to do is maybe make a little bow out of one of these. Just grab a snip of this. Now, I don't generally tie my ribbons, but I certainly will go through and let's see, should be able to make my bow just like this. There it goes. One little cross in here, like a little cross. Let me grab my glue again. I'm just going to get the glue underneath here. Okay, glue, and then I glue the top down as well. So I think I've still got flow here for my, oh, it seems to have stopped flowing. So I have a little pin that I use just to keep this clear. It is a sewing pin, just to keep it clear. Just put that over there. I need a little bit in the middle here. So what I want to do is just bring this down and go into the middle so it gets little edges going. Of course, I have to get my sticky fingers in there. Now this red bow would probably look better on this guy. You have to hold it in place for a little bit. In the meantime, while I'm holding this one, I might use one of these for the very center of it. I'm just going to let it sit up there for a second while I grab this out of here. There we go. Okay. That's red. I could probably use a small red one here and just place that in the center. Hopefully that will hold. The only thing we haven't put on is a string to hold it up, and it's a little more difficult to do because I have all this wet glue here. On this one, I've got the red, and I'm not too sure if I need anything else on this one. I can pick different colors or different ephemera that we had here. No, I don't think so. I don't want the red ribbon. Let's see what I've got. I keep a stash of ribbon hanging around. Well, look at this. I've got some really nice little ribbon, little curly stuff here. Let me just grab a couple of curls. Maybe one, another one here. This will give them a couple of little curls. This might be really cute. And of course it fell apart. Just going to add another little curl here. This is me working with things that aren't dry yet. Okay. All right, still not dried up. Let me just get these two pieces together first. There we go. I have more glue on my hands. All right, let me just grab this and hold on to the middle of this one. Okay, now the goal here is to take these two. They're not dry. And get the center of this. And of course, glue it onto our little reindeer here. May have to hold my fingers there for a little bit. And this still hasn't set yet. There. I have to wait for this to dry before I can do anything else, and the same with this one. So the other thing you want to do is down the outside edges, and I can't turn the other two over, is you want to glue in your string in the groove and allow that to dry so that you have a place to hang this up. Now the other one we did the same thing, down the groove. You just add your string and add the glue, and it gives you a place to hang these up. So there's a few suggestions and ideas. I can't move these because they're not dry yet. But I hope you have a lot of fun with this, and I'll see you in the next project.